So we're going to look at a situation, or we're going to see how switches will learn MAC addresses. Now, assuming we want to ping, we are on PC, this PC A, with the MAC address of AB, and we want to ping maybe this one. Yes, PC with 1.4. Basically, at this point, all we know is that PC AB, which is the MAC address of the first PC, is having so we have the ARP table. ARP table is what does the matching between IP address to MAC address. So we have two tables. The ARP, this one is ARP table, and this one, another table, is the MAC address table. Technically, sometimes they look like they are together, but they are kind of a bit separate, but there's a link. So the MAC address table, so the ARP table is going to do the resolving. So this is what happens. When you try to ping 1.1, 1.4 from 1.1, this particular machine will send a message to this port on the switch, and the switch will say, okay, the first thing the switch will do, it will record it. It will say, okay, 192.168.1.1 is coming from AB. And then it will say, so what's AB? AB is on port F0/1. This is learning. Now, when this happens, the switch will ask itself, where does this guy want to go to? This guy wants to go to 192.168.1.4. So the switch will ask, hey, who is 192.168.1.4? It will send it to all the other ports, apart from this guy, because this is the guy who is asking. Send it to all of them. Now, whoever is 1.4 will reply. So this guy will keep silent because it's not 1.4. This guy will keep silent because it's not 1.4. This guy will keep silent because they're not 1.4. This is the only guy who will reply. This guy will say, hey, I'm 1.4. Once it replies, now the switch will know about 1.4, 192.168.1.4. Say that, I think 1.4 is having MAC address 2C. It also say that, okay, it's also on 2C is on port F0/4. And so now what's happened is that the switch has gotten to know all the IP addresses that are within this particular communication, 1.4, and their MAC addresses and the ports they are all linked to. And so now the switch will forward the information, send a message back to this guy and say that, hey, I know who 1.4 is. 1.4 is connected to port, is connected to, basically, it will not tell it directly, but I will say, I know who he is. So 1.4 is maybe 2C. And so 2C is how the switch will go to that particular guy. So the switch will go to 2C. And that's how it gets there. And 2C is connected to F0/4. And that's how the switch will be transferring the information.